Everyone feels tight and achy when they wake up. It's just naturally what happens when we sleep. So I wanted to give you a little follow along stretch routine that you can do. No props needed, just your bare feet, and hopefully get you ready for your day. Come back to center. And I have to start over. Start by bringing those feet a little bit wider than your hips, and just start with a little shift from side to side. Hopefully by the time we finish, you'll feel like you're ready for your day. Or this might be something you can do after work, or you need a little wake-up call in the middle of the day, or you don't have time for practice. Let these shifts turn into a circle. I just got a pop or a crack already. So keep the legs straight to begin and just focus on moving at the crease of your hips, and then see if you can reverse that direction. Ask me 4 months ago if I'd be doing hip circles on YouTube, and I'd tell you, you were crazy. And bend your knees. Let's go back to that first direction. See if you can go a little bit wider. And reverse. Full circles like you're gonna hit every corner in the room. And then all the way back to center. Hands will be by your sides. Think of engaging the muscles of your legs, the core, and a little side hinge from one side over to the other. I want you to think of sliding through a pane of glass as you do this, and the opposite elbow comes up to just further lengthen into that side, which is usually quite tight. And it's nice to just keep moving in the morning. You don't want it to come into necessarily all static holds, just keep moving. Come back to center. Inhale those arms overhead and try to climb a rope. Engage the abdominals and just reach right up and out of your side body. One more time, pause, draw the navel in. Can you get a little longer? Up and over to the other side, pull, and release. Take those feet and just pivot to one side. So you should feel as if your hips are square to that same direction. Bend into your front knee, but keep your back heel on the floor, and take a couple pulses there. So I want you to get into that back side through the calf on that leg that's behind you. Push through that heel, bend the knee and hold. You could extend slightly further forward. You're gonna feel more stretch there. Draw that navel in, protect your back. Lengthen up, and now I just want you to focus on a little pelvic tilt forward and back. Squeeze the hips forward and tilt back. This will eventually bring us into pyramid pose. Extend back through the tail, long spine. You can keep your hands on the hips. You can also put one above or below the knee, and think of lifting the tailbone towards the ceiling. Gaze is just slightly forward of that front foot, and roll your way up. I want you to lift that back heel and think of squeezing the hips forward. You can put your hands on your hips, or what I like to do is one hand on the thigh, one hand on the abdominals. So if here's my navel and here's my hip, I'm gonna go right in between and think of extending down with one hand on my thigh and up and over with the one that's on my stomach. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna further stretch in the fascia, the hip flexor. Engage through your backside and up to center. Switch sides. Just pivot. You're facing that same direction as your feet, and bend into the front knee. You wanna keep that back heel on the floor. You don't want to bend so far that this front knee goes over your ankle, just about going to the ankle. Hinge forward and lean into it. Make sure you're engaging the muscles of your back leg and you're squeezing through the glutes. Shoulders relax down your back. Lengthen those legs and pelvic tilt. You come forward and back. I want to make sure you're engaging through the abdominals while you're moving. Pitch that tailbone back. Long spine comes forward. You'll feel this in the front hamstring. Draw the navel in. Rising up. And then pick up that back heel. You can have a soft bend in that leg if you want. Squeeze the hips forward, and that might be enough, or go ahead and take this little bit of a pull. So the hand on the thigh pulls down, the hand on the abdomen pulls up and across. That is going to intensify through the fascia in your hips, right in that hip flexor. Give it a nice breath. All right, come back to center. Make sure your weight is on the outer edge of the feet and press those hips back, coming into a fold, long spine. Energies through the back of those kneecaps. You can keep your hands on the hips. If you feel like you're ready to go further, you can walk your way down your thighs. And then a little bit of a side hinge. Bend one knee, sink into the opposite leg, and then over to the other side. So many people say that they can't do yoga because they're not flexible. But if you spend just this 5-10 minutes in the morning working through some of these movements, I think you'll notice over time, it's not the amount of time or how many days a week, but it's these little bits, these consistency of just moving every day. As you hinge to one side, you can put your hands on the floor. If they touch, they can be on your hips. You can also walk a little bit further to that opposite foot. So as the right knee or the left knee is bent, you can walk to the right, up and over to your second side. Sink into that right knee, walk to the left. If you're ready for that, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month. Come back to center, soft bend to those knees, roll your way up. Begin to heel toe those feet underneath you. Hands will come down onto the knees and then make a circular turn. And as much as you can of these big circles, keeping both feet on the floor, working the ankle mobility and the knees. Reverse the direction. Come back to center. You're right above the knees, holding onto the thighs. Lift your tailbone and draw the shoulders down your back. You're in a cow pose. Exhale, round and curl. You're in a cat pose. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. All right, so I think of an accordion. Inhale, we fill up. Exhale, we squeeze. One more time. Inhale, open. And exhale, this time as you round, as you curl your tailbone under, I just want you to release your hands and swing. Right? Sometimes I call this the zombie because it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but I want you to notice if you could feel that stretch through the middle, lower portion of your back and into your sides. This is for your erectors, which on most people are tight. Come back to center, hands just above those knees. Cow pose, belly draws through, shoulders down the back. And from here, can you try to ever so slightly lengthen your legs and hold your fold? You might want to walk your hands down deeper if you're ready. Take your weight, shift them to the toes, and pull the thighs apart. Breathe, long spine, you're using muscles in your back. Exhale, let everything go. Beginning to roll your way up. Shoulders back and down. And let's come back into that wide step, just how we began. I want you to notice how you feel. Take some hip circles. I'm sweating. This was supposed to be a nice little easy morning stretch. I'm sorry. Come all the way back to center. Let's step those feet together. Palms will externally rotate, so we're facing out to the sides, and come all the way up. Bend in your left elbow. You can grab the tip of the elbow if you can keep the lower rib cage pulled in and the head from falling forward. So if you can't comfortably do that, which is certainly a possibility, I want you to push from here. Take your left arm or elbow and extend by pushing your left arm into your right hand. Little side bend up and over to the right. Think of sliding through your armpit to where the wall and ceiling meet. Up to center, release the arms, and that same left arm is going to come across. Give it a pull. Shoulder pulls down, and you could play with the angle of the arm by rotating your palm to face up or down. Release. Come all the way back up. We're going to stay with that left side. Come to the front of the arm with your right hand and try to extend back. Keep drawing the lower rib cage together. Take a nice full breath in, and on the exhale, round your back. Remember that cat back? I want you to round your back. Take your forearm, curl the tailbone under, and pull the left arm to the right. Release. Inhale, externally rotate. Palms are facing the ceiling as you come up. Right elbow comes up and over. Some of us taking from here, okay? So if range of motion is compromised for whatever reason, you're gonna go a little lower. Begin that little side bend. Push through that armpit to where the wall and ceiling meet. Release. Swing that arm all the way down and across. Give it a pull. Shoulder pulls down. From here, you can play with different angles of the arm. As you release the arm, come all the way up. Right arm will extend overhead. Left hand is going to come in front and try to just push back with the back of your palm. Drawing the navel in, don't overarch the back. We're just trying to create length in your body. Softening those arms, soft bend to the knees, round and curl your tailbone. Hand comes to the back, left hand comes to the back of the right, and round and pull across. So you're pulling to the left diagonal to extend and stretch through your back. Release the arms, shoulders back and down. Flex your palms to the floor, tilt your head to the right. And tucking the chin, tilt to the left. Head will come back to center. Roll your way up, shoulders back and down. Again, flex to the floor, come out to the horizon. Look to the right, press through your left palm. And look to the left, but push through your right palm. Bringing the head back, relaxing the arms, and just a nice, easy twist. You're standing tall, navel's drawn in, arms are easy. They call this coat sleeves, right? I think of a little kid waiting for the bus stop, just kind of swinging those coat sleeves around. Come back to center, let those arms be the last to stop. Heel toe those feet underneath you. And to finish our work together, we'll just end in a balanced pose, Virasana. So this will get you focused and ready for your day. Feet are right underneath you. Hands can come to heart center. And Virasana tree, just start with a little external rotation. You can keep your foot on the floor. So your right heel and your right ankle or your right heel and your left ankle are pushing into each other. This might be your pose. If you're feeling ready, you can come up a little bit so you're somewhere on the calf. If you're feeling ready and you want to come higher, you will need the assist, hand to foot, right? Equal pressure, leg into foot, foot into leg. Your gaze is somewhere down and forward. If you wanted arms, little tree arms, I don't know if I fit in the camera. I'm gonna do cactus arms. Are my fingertips in there? I don't know, I can't tell. Breathe. Hands will come down to heart center and release. Everybody tells me that they need to work on balance. So if we did a little bit every day, just a little bit every day, it would start to get better. It's as if we only practice once a week on our mat that it doesn't get better. So either floor, calf, Try to figure out what's your wobbly side. I just so happen to be on my wobbly side. I can feel it already. Squeeze the thigh and the foot together. You're never on the knee joint. It's either above or below the knee, never touching the knee. Don't hold your breath. Relax your shoulders. Think about your day and what you have ahead of you. You've already won, right? Because you've already showed up to do something. Release the hands, release the feet. Notice how you feel in your body. I hope you're feeling the energy and prana in your body. And it was great being here with you. Namaste.